surrounding community. We are here to entertain, educate, as well as being an outlet for healing. We promote one Birmingham, one Jefferson County, one Alabama, no color line. W235 BS Birmingham, WATV Birmingham, a Courtney French Broadcasting Company. We are the all-new V94.9 WATV. And right now, the V stands for vital. I got a serious question to ask you, man. It's time to get wooed with Lady Woo and the crew. The Emmy Award-winning, life-changing, bridge-building, entertainment-filled, substance-packed, turn-up talk show. Vital. It is what everyone's talking about. Adjust your radio and find us on social media at V94.9 on Facebook so you can watch and comment. Vital is on your radio. That's what I'm talking about. Now. I'ma keep it real with the world on the world. Don't keep on making moves like Mike Wayne.
That's vital. Hey.
I'ma do something niggas slide to. Put the guards down, show me what you mind. Lady move down for the fight like Mike. No idols. That's vital. That's vital. That's vital. That's vital. That's vital. That's vital. Very important. I think I should mention vital. That's vital. Very important.
Yo, welcome in V94.9 WATV on Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital. I am Miss Vital, Lady Woo. Hey, it's raining out. There's a concert going on. COVID is still out. So the crew, they're separated different places, doing different things. Some of them are coming, vacations, all types of things are happening. So I'm going to hold it down and have a conversation with you all for about an hour. Yeah, about an hour. You know, the energy has to be right for me to do what I do. And normally I said it, but hey, it's Sunday. I'm trying to be like y'all, sit down somewhere and just take in the vibes of the world, okay? As we look at what's going on in the world, I have a conversation that I know a lot of us have been having very brief, like only brief comments about it. Nobody's really diving into this conversation about the gun violence and mass shootings around the world almost on a daily basis. Groups of people are being shot or getting caught in the crossfire. And I want us to talk about it. I've had some people ask questions about what I think, and I'm not an expert. I'm never going to get on the radio and act as if I'm an expert at anything that I'm not an expert in. And when it comes to gun violence and the science behind it, I've read some things and they still do not, they still don't satisfy my thought process as to what we can do, how it makes people feel, what the world is doing in response to being able to be comfortable when we step out of our homes, be it school, church, the hospital, the mall, restaurants. People are getting shot and killed everywhere by absolute strangers out of nowhere. That's what's happening. So we're at about 18 mass shootings today reported, like major mass shootings, 18 reported for 2022 in June. 4 people were killed in Tulsa the other day at a medical center. 21 in Texas, the students, the little children who were killed along with 2 of their teachers. 10 people in Buffalo in the grocery store. Just last night in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was a shooting at a nightclub. And then in Philly, in a entertainment district where people gather, there was another shooting that left 3 people dead. Also, a couple of others, Inglewood, California, and then in Milwaukee, mass shootings. So my question that I've been posing to people is, do you feel comfortable maneuvering and matriculating around your area, wherever you may be? I went into a fast food restaurant today. It crossed my mind. I don't know if anybody else thinks like that or not. But like when I'm in a group of people that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm not thinking about COVID as much as I am who has mental health issues, who's upset with somebody else, who's looking for an opportunity to spray a crowd and take their anger and frustrations out on innocent people. I'm thinking like that. Now, is it stopping me from living my life? Nah, it's not. Am I hyper aware? I'm not hyper aware, but I'm paying attention to what's going on around me. So that's what we're talking about. Let me let one of my panelists in who is at the door. So that's what I'm talking about. 994-8949. If you want to be a part of the conversation, 994-8949 is the number. And that is where we are. People are losing their lives every day just from socializing, from going out, being a part of things that they're a part of every day. And I'm just wondering how you feel about it. we're not having the conversations in depth. Government-based conversations about gun laws and how politicians feel about it, the left versus the right when it comes to gun control and gun laws, and where you stand on that. Do you think that that will make a difference in mass shootings? Do you think that mental health checks and the red flag policies will make a difference in mass shootings? Will you feel safer? 994-8949 is the number to chime in on this conversation, because I do not feel that we're having it in a way that shows that we're even paying attention to what's going on around us. I feel like we're having a conversation and kind of dancing around it and acting numb to it. That's what I feel. So I don't know what you feel unless you tell me. Entering the studio right now is our compadre and the Vital Victor, Chuck.
Hello.
What up, Chuck? Hello.
I can't get the same word.
Why not?
Oh no, I can't. Oh wait, hello.
Yeah.
There I am.
Hello.
What's
Hello,
cracking?
hello. Just talking about gun violence and the mass shootings every day.
Listen, man.
I'm hearing it every day.
I said last week, every time I get on a microphone, I'm gonna say this. Mass shootings are not a bipartisan issue, yo. Like Republicans' kids getting killed too. So like, call your senators, do something about it. Like this is getting out of hand.
But
this has gotten out of hand.
They don't. I'm not gonna say they don't care. I don't know that that's the right statement to make. But I'm thinking about the commercial with Mo Brooks where he had just been in a shooting.
Yeah.
And they asked him in that moment about the Second Amendment laws, and he was like, "I still stand on what I said then. Like I still mess with gun. Like."
Sure, but like have checks, mental health checks. Like everybody, I get the Second Amendment, but people have also blown that out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not a bipartisan issue. Call your senators. They've been holding up a bill for like the last 2 or 3 years in the United States Senate because they won't sign it because it's got like mental health checks and a few other things. Like, sure, you got the right to bear arms, but like do it safely and sanely. Don't, everybody shouldn't have a gun. But you got extended clips and Dracos for. Like, come on now.
So doing it sanely. Okay, I get that. I do get the government part of it and I get them being involved. But as a gun owner and as a mental health professional, we have mental breaks. We have mental moments that may allow for us to not fit the bill that we were on when we got our guns.
Okay.
So nothing, no red flag law or no gun law is going to stop me from doing what I feel like I want to do in those moments.
Well, I mean, that's why your mental health is important too. So I don't have all the solutions, but I know this got out of hand. This is just too much.
Robert Kelly says, but Mo Brooks is an idiot.
Well, sure.
Rodney, hello. I live in an area that's 3 times as small as Birmingham, but our crime or shootouts are twice as many. So I have to keep my head on swivel here, shaking my head.
Where he live in Flint, Michigan?
I was just about to say, where do you live? He said it's 3 times as small.
That's like Flint. I don't know.
I want to know. So where is that, Rodney? Where do you live? And then let's hope that this week they will work together to create a good package. What does a package look like? And that's really what I'm thinking about. Like I just said, I can go in Walmart. I can go in Publix. I can go anywhere. I can go to the gas station and somebody could be feeling away with a gun.
Yep.
And that ends my life.
Listen, I didn't expect them to say when they killed all the black people in Buffalo, I didn't expect them to say anything. It's fine. It's black people. But this Texas thing, come on, man. Come on.
Like the babies, the children.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Kids. We talking about kids, yo. Like, that's crazy.
You can only blame the NRA for the gun laws.
Because the man, so he was mad because he didn't graduate? Isn't that what I heard?
And he was.
But then he went and shot up, like, elementary school? Like, come on, that don't even make no sense.
And I like not trying to make sense of it for his benefit, but just thinking like every possibility of what he could have been thinking and what he could have been on, period. I'm like, well, maybe his childhood was so bad he didn't want these other children to suffer. So boom, I'm just going to go kill him.
So why he killed his grandma?
He shot her. I don't know.
See?
Maybe because grandma made him suffer.
I don't know.
And see, so that's the piece of it that I like to know. Like, well, you victimizing people that have nothing to do with what you're experiencing or wouldn't even no explanation. Like hate, we understand hate. You are a hater. You hate people. So you went and killed people, but it still didn't stop the other millions of people that look like those people from being alive. I want to know.
I feel like
that side too.
I feel you on that, but I feel like every Republican senator should be forced to like watch, what was it? Bowling for Columbine. Like every day until y'all get it. Like this is nuts. Do something. This is too much. Then there was a shooting today, right?
there was a shooting. There was one in Philly,
Right.
on a very popular open strip where people are just out having a good time.
Yeah.
So I think about going to Beale Street.
Yeah.
Like my summer is going to consist of socializing elsewhere. Period. I've already said that. So I may be on Beale Street. I may be on Bourbon Street. I may be.
We ain't gonna have a show in the summertime because you moving. Like,
Maybe I'm out here jet setting.
everybody outside.
I got to get away. Want to get away. So like thinking about that and just thinking about being in those spaces, even if I am down on First Avenue or in Lakeview, somebody can decide to do whatever it is they want to do in that moment.
Yep.
And I'm wondering, like, what is this doing to us as a society, as far as being able to socialize, as far as being able to live our lives and not be anxious or worried or paranoid or hyper aware of anybody. Oh, he looks weird, and I'm leaving now. I'm not going to even go shopping. You know,
You got sometimes, like my man said, you got to keep your head on a swivel. But sometimes you can't see it coming. Who knew that dude woke up that day and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go unleash on some kids." Like, come on, man. What? That's wild. Though. That's wild.
Now, the other part of it is when you see something, say something, and when you see something and say something, who do you say it to? So, like, if you're watching people's Twitter feed, I tweet emotionally because like that's the only platform that I feel like is open enough to where people ain't tweeting, right? Like it's a certain caliber of people who tweet.
Oh, are you sophisticated?
Whoa,
you bougie, yo.
whoa, like, everybody's on Facebook, right? I'm just saying, Chuck.
Hey, so the people who watching her on Facebook right now, she's saying y'all ain't sophisticated.
That's
enough. She on Twitter too.
That's not what I'm saying, you
That
guys.
is exactly what you just said.
Oh, whatever. Maybe that is.
I'm sorry, different caliber.
Different caliber of people tweet. Like you think about, I ain't on no Twitter. Like what I don't even get Twitter. So cool. I'm glad you don't get it because I'm gonna go over there and talk this noise.
Yeah.
So like on Twitter, you do see a lot of emotional commentary where people are just really pouring their hearts out. It's super random. Sometimes it's about certain issues, but it just depends on who you're following. And you can look at people's Twitter feeds and see like, okay, well, yeah, at this point he was talking about his guns.
Right.
Like he posted the collection of his guns, or he was talking about being depressed or being isolated, whatever. Like you can follow it. So then when you see that, what do you do? Do you screenshot it and take it to the police? What do you do? Or do you stay out the way?
But nobody knew he was going to an elementary school. So like you can't stay out the way that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you see him coming. If I saw him coming, I'm going the other way. I'm taking my people with me. Like, yo, we got to go. Something about to jump off.
What about in Buffalo where we're at the grocery store?
Right.
And we are simply returning our buggy to the front of the grocery store. And this man pulls up like he's on a video game. And I'm his first target.
Yeah. Yeah. Just for fun. And giggles. Like, come on. It's crazy. Hey, so quick question. At the grocery store, do you return the buggy?
Like at Aldi?
Or wherever you go.
It depends on how close it is or how I'm feeling.
Do you leave buggies in the parking lot?
Space? No, because I don't like them to hit my car. But it depends on what's going on. I try not to have a buggy, honestly. Like,
well, fair.
You know, like,
But when I do that, when you go like grocery shopping, you gotta have a buggy, right?
Yeah.
Like one of my friends, like she'll just leave a buggy. It's weird. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to get off.
She'll just leave it.
Just in the parking spot.
I mean, but think about what we're talking about. Like, let me get out of here.
Well, sure. In that instance, but like
bump the buggy.
Be better.
All right. So we can be better on that. But then now I'm hearing people say that I don't go out. This is where it becomes a concern. I don't go out. I order my clothes online.
Mm-hmm.
I order my groceries online.
Mm-hmm.
I work from home.
Mm-hmm.
I worship online.
Mm-hmm.
What else are people doing? They're part of book clubs and social clubs that are online.
Mm-hmm. OnlyFans.
Yeah. I can do telehealth. I don't have to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I can stay in my home where I feel that it's safe.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Did you ever think that we would get to a point where people are just fearful to leave their homes and everything that they can do is at their fingertips?
I don't know if it's fearful. I think a lot of it is convenient now. Like there's one positive from the pandemic. Sure, the work life, that didn't impact me because I had to go to work
right
still.
Right.
But like people who I've never used Shipt. Hey, shout out to Shipt though. Use it.
It's local.
Yeah, I don't. The Smiths are good people. Anyway, but I'm not that dude. So I'm very tactile.
Same.
I can't Like I can, unless it's like a pair of Toms or a pair of like shoes, I already know. Like
Mhm.
I got to go.
I want these.
Yeah, and I want it now.
Right,
Like I don't
right.
believe in delayed gratification. yo. Like,
Right.
I want it now. I want it now. Right. I think for a lot of people it's just convenient. Like they move different. Right.
Yes.
They're not on a schedule. They're on their own schedule. They're on their own clock now. And so it's like I don't have to go to the grocery store. I got all these. I don't have to get alcohol anymore. I
This
get
is true.
alcohol delivery. Whatever I need, I can get it from just sitting right here using my phone. So I don't know.
So that's one side of it, the convenience. Yes, but then
But on the safety part, I hear you.
yeah, like this is what I'm hearing, and I have
See, I've never heard that, but you got it much,
it's a
because you hang out with different caliber of people.
Shut up, Chuck. No, so this is something that I'm hearing professionally, like
Okay.
from people that are seeking services to talk about what's happening in the world, which made me say we're not having this conversation the right way then.
Yeah, I didn't realize that because I thought, like I said, for most people, it's a matter of convenience and preference. I prefer to go to the grocery store.
Right.
If I got to get a suit or it's like some clothes, I prefer to go to a store to get it.
Okay.
right? I prefer to like just be out.
Yeah.
I mean, when I want to be in, I want to be in. But if I need something, I'm gonna go get it.
And then like being out for a lot of people is a part of self-care. Like I know like my daughter and I will go to the mall just to do something on a day. Like, well,
Like
let's
the
go to the
Galleria.
mall. Yeah.
Don't tell Ladarius Hilliard.
Don't tell Star.
Right. Don't tell
Yeah,
Star.
going to
don't,
Hoover to
Don't
go
tell
to the-
Erica. Don't tell
Right.
Ava. Don't tell Los.
Well, y'all can buy my clothes and bring them to me. So look,
They're not gonna do that.
right. So leave me alone, okay? But honestly and seriously, like that first of all, we don't have just tons of options as far as that is concerned
That's
here
true.
in the Magic City.
That's true.
So that's one thing. But then just for an outing, like just to be able to get out, like even if you say, okay, Railroad Park, places where people are. If my mind is on something different and I'm looking for places where people are, it ain't hard to find them in Birmingham.
Nope. Especially this past week.
If I wanted to do something,
Oh, I've been on a run too. Man, I'm tired, yo. Like,
did you go to the concert?
Which one?
Garth Brooks.
Yes. Keep going.
Oh, you went to more?
Yes.
Not
Yes.
Lettuce was here.
No, Leela
James was here.
Yes.
You went to that one too?
Yeah.
You
And
went to see Big Crit?
Yeah.
Look
I've been
at
on a
you.
run.
My God.
hold on. I was also at a house. Some people I know, some DJs were spinning house music.
You didn't call me? Okay. Let me give you
Next
some
time.
sound effects. I'm on hibernation right now.
All right, then. So call you for you to tell me you on hibernation. Okay. All right. You weren't coming out anyway.
You don't know that?
That was after the Garth Brooks show. Ran up to Saturn. It was a good time.
Okay. I like good time. So, okay. So, in all of those spaces, were
Mhm.
those like crowded spaces?
Mhm.
I know we know everybody saw the footage from the Garth Brooks show.
Yo,
Like,
that was nuts,
was
yo.
major.
That was nuts.
Was that the biggest show you've ever been to? I would think so.
Yes.
I would think
Not
so.
the dopest.
Yeah, just the
But-
biggest.
but
Like
the
the most
biggest?
attended. Well, the best attended.
I mean, Hangout doesn't count, right? Because
No.
Hangout is too separated. You're talking about in
One person,
and-
one
or-
show, one space.
Yes. So, question for you and everybody else. I was
Mhm.
talking about this last night. Who's a black person or black people that could feel protected the same way?
I saw somebody
Like
post
Mike ain't here and Prince ain't
Jay-Z.
here.
I saw somebody post Jay-Z.
I don't think Jay-Z's gonna have that many people.
Oh no.
Hold on. So when he was here, when was that?
On the Run tour with Beyonce?
No, when he was solo.
I don't recall when it was, but it probably didn't sell out.
It didn't sell out. That was
It probably did.
probably Jay and Beyonce. Well,
Maybe now together.
because I saw them in New Orleans at the Superdome,
Okay.
but I don't know. Well, the Superdome I think has more people. I mean, it has larger capacity. It wasn't packed like that.
And no, I think it's a thing of the audience that is catered to, like the whole thing about Birmingham being this walk up city. No matter who the artist is, what the show is, we're gonna wait or we're gonna try to win free tickets from the radio station. If I want to see an artist and I have a love and appreciation for an artist, like clearly a whole bunch of people do for Garth Brooks, I want a ticket and I want a good ticket. I don't want to win a ticket. I want to pay to be seated and be able to like.
I know a bunch
know?
of people that were in the queue. Like as soon as the tickets went on sale,
Yeah.
a bunch of my white friends.
Right.
Yeah, they were.
So I think it's a cultural thing. Who could we bring?
Y'all think about that.
Sean
Really.
Ray says bring Janet.
Janet at
I
this
don't like Janet.
Janet at this
Never
age,
did
like
that.
when's the last time Janet had an album?
Anytime. No, she has had something since. And I'm not gonna say I don't like Janet, but I'm not a fan.
Really?
No,
I rock with Janet.
no. I don't know. No. Let me think.
Y'all put your thing caps on. 'cause I've
Yeah,
been-
and we can
I mean,
pause.
because when I say stand like that joint, that was packed.
And then I want to get back to the vital point of the conversation.
Sure.
But I do want to think about that. Fly Dave says ATCQ.
No, Dave.
And,
No.
and Dave, you got to tell people. Well,
A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, like you can tell people who that is.
No.
No, I disagree.
No.
They
No.
don't, but no.
They
They could pack out Saturn. I mean, yeah, Saturn or
yeah.
another
I mean,
venue.
Diggable Planets, when they were here the last time they were here, they packed out Saturn. But like, nah,
Oh.
they not packed. Dave, I'm telling you, there
Like,
was not
no.
an empty seat.
Matt, Snoop is a crossover artist that I think would bring tons of people out.
Okay.
I don't know that he would pack Protective though, but I think he would bring a lot of. He's a crossover artist
Right.
now,
It was 60,000 people there last night, or like 58.
and they probably came from more than just
Oh yeah.
our area. So we got to
Oh.
remember that too. Factor that in.
Oh, yeah.
Like these were not people that just came from Inslee, Pratt, and Fairfield. They came
Nah.
from all around the southeast.
No,
all
trust
everywhere.
me, there was not a lot of people from Inslee, Pratt,
I mean, you
Mount
know,
Brook, Hoover,
You know.
Vestavia. You
Black
know.
Eyed Peas would be closest, but it's crossover too. So yeah, I
They
mean,
also ain't had an album forever. Like
Yeah.
Garth Brooks, like he's also got.
oh,
He's also been in the game for a long time.
my guy. Hey, Daryl. Daryl says Drake would. I love Drake. So I went to
Yeah,
Atlanta to see Drake
Maybe.
back in the day. Like
Maybe.
after a work day,
Uh-huh.
we go in Atlanta. Me and my guys just went for my birthday, or for our birthdays, and that was a dope show. Now, if he came to Birmingham, I would buy a ticket,
Mhm.
and I would be super lit. So yeah, Drake.
It had to be Drake and others, right? Like I don't know that there's one single person that could rock, that could like do what Garth Brooks did last night.
How long was the show?
It started at, show supposed to start at 7. He had to open it. I think he came on at 8:15
Mm-hmm.
and rocked until 10.
Okay, by himself.
Yes, 10:45.
Oh man, so a music catalog that's big enough to give you a full show,
I mean, a super full show.
super full show, packed all the way out.
And the stage was dope. Everything about that show, I can't lie, man. That was cool. Like
It
I'm
was
glad.
an awesome experience.
I'm glad I went. Yeah.
I'm happy that you went as well.
I saw Reba McEntire. So the two most well attended shows I've seen this year are country music.
Okay.
Reba McEntire, when she was here at Legacy Arena,
Mhm.
that joint was completely packed. And then Garth Brooks.
So it's a cultural difference. That's the first thing I'm hearing. Let's see. We got more people saying other artists. Bruno Mars.
Somebody said that.
Sandy. He cool too, but
Kelly Caulfield is the person who said Bruno Mars.
Okay. Maybe, but I can't say I want to go. I like full talent. Like he's cool, but I want to see like full show, somebody that is humanitarian as well. Like they do other things outside of just being on the stage. Or like I think Garth Brooks has a personality where he's like the homie.
Yeah.
So I won't.
And he ain't caught up in all the political stuff.
Yes, I would want that.
What about
I really don't know.
what about Justin Timberlake and Usher?
No.
You don't think so?
I want to give you a sound effect so bad. No.
Okay. Well, somebody told me that. Somebody said that to me last night too, and I was like, I don't think they're relevant anymore.
No. Chris Brown.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm not going.
Okay,
You know,
Daryl.
I do domestic violence stuff. I'm not going.
Also, you wouldn't go because of that,
Yes,
because of his
no.
record.
I don't rock with Chris Brown, and I don't rock with Robert Kelly, and I don't. I told you, y'all know how I feel about Mr. Red Hat.
Mr. Red Hat,
Kanye.
aka Kanye.
Yeah. I
West.
don't, mm-mm.
Oh man.
My convictions are my convictions. I don't rock with them.
And see, I would see Kanye. I would go see Kanye.
I would not.
And what you say? What's the reason?
I don't. I don't care whether or not people want to tell me it was like propaganda. He was doing this to put himself on an album. No.
Oh, with the whole Trump thing.
Yes, I don't. Listen, I have friends that are Republicans.
Mhm.
I still believe that there are sane Republicans.
Okay.
There's not a sane Trumper. There's not one. So no.
Okay.
Cool.
I get that.
Straight.
Daryl says Jay-Z would not. He
Yeah.
didn't sell out the BJCC in 2014.
Oh, 2014. Appreciate that.
And when I tell you
Yep.
he knows, he
Yep.
knows. He said it was kind of embarrassing, I think. Jay-Z would have come with Beyonce. He would have to come with Beyonce, and I would pay top dollar for artists that I like. And I agree totally with that. Denise Thomas says Fantasia. Denise,
Really?
would she pack out Protective, though? We're thinking about Protective Stadium.
Because the
And-
capacity, I think, is so during the Stallion games is 45, but when they do everything, I think it's 58,000 people.
58,000 people
And that's
for
not
Fantasia.
And that's not including the suites. That's like the outdoor and field.
Keep your suggestions coming. I'm interested to know that as well. Like first of all, who we would not wait to get tickets for? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just wait and see. Yeah, it's a show going on right now.
Yeah. So where people, I forgot about that. Where is it?
Downtown somewhere.
BJCC?
Probably Legacy,
Okay.
maybe.
Is it like Genuine and
Keith Sweat,
Megan?
Monica.
Yeah.
It's a it's that kind of show. So Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige. Okay, Denise, that's a good one. But I
You gotta
wonder,
have
could
white.
she pack it out?
You got if they black, they gotta have crossover appeal. Gotta have white folks there too.
Huh.
Because 60,000 black people ain't showing up nowhere.
Now, let me tell you a show I want to put together, and I think that 60,000 people would come from just around the Southeast. A neo soul show, like going back to the early 2000s, catering to music heads and like music lovers. So I would do that show. I would put Jill Scott, India Arie, Erykah Badu, Common. We could put a Tribe Called Quest on there. We would do.
That's a festival though.
I would do like a concert.
That's a long concert.
I mean,
you already did like 5 people.
But what they doing tonight?
I mean, fair. I mean, I know what Erykah doing
tonight. And right, we know she's gonna be late, right? Okay. Sandy says Diana Ross. Patti LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle. Then I saw her at Alabama State at their something back in 2015, 2016. That wasn't full. That was Acadome.
Tina Turner.
Nah.
All right, so we're still guessing. We're still trying to figure it out. Who would pack out the Protective Stadium the way that Garth Brooks did is the question. Now
back to your question.
Yes.
I was getting there.
What makes it vital? Like in that space, did you feel safe?
Yes. So at the Crit show, I was upstairs. But I would have been cool if I was downstairs.
Yeah.
Lil James, that's not that type of height.
Right.
Garth Brooks, absolutely. Like, but I was inside in the suite thing.
Okay.
But my people I know some people that were out in the crowd. Everybody was like, cool, you know?
Metal Detectors, of course.
Oh, yeah. But like, yeah, but no, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like.
Yeah, kind of lax,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like that even when, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. At church, the building that we're in has multiple entrances. I carry my pistol everywhere.
What church you go to?
Holy Light Church, but where we're located is downtown. I'll tell y'all where we meet. We meet in a place.
I ain't going to Holy Light. You packing?
Always. I'm packing now. What are you
right
talking
now?
About? Yes.
Hey guys, it's been real. I gotta go.
What do you mean?
I gotta get out of here.
So look though, like stand on the swivel. You never know, right? But leaving doors open like in public places and people are gathered in this space and y'all gonna leave the side door open so other people can get in. No, they need to knock. They need to call or text somebody as they approach.
Yeah.
And then let them in.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna sit in church with the door open and knowing that you're in an area. I think even if you're in a neighborhood, like how most churches are in a neighborhood by a house or whatever. I don't care.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I've been to 2 churches today. So
look at you.
Yeah, it started early this morning too, man.
Trying to make up all that going out you did?
Nah, 2 people I knew preaching, they asked me to come. So I was like, been on struggle all day.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Kerry Thomas and shout out to Cornell Wesley.
That's what's up.
Cornell preached today. Yeah, old Sardis.
Oh, I saw some footage of that. Shouts out to Bluetooth.
He said, when you become too predictable, you become replaceable.
Oh.
And he was also talking about stirring it up. That's the whole thing.
That's good. That's enough. When you become too predictable, you become replaceable.
You become replaceable.
And you never know when we're on.
Yeah.
Terry says Dave Chappelle.
Nah, not now, because white folks mad at him.
We no longer leave doors unlocked in my church. One service starts. Thank you. Close the door.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Like, so I started with the church thing to say, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
But you want to do things to minimize when it might be your time and how you go out. Because, like, think about it. Like, the folks in Buffalo at a grocery store, right? 19 kids at a school. Like, you're not thinking about that. Like, you thinking about, something might jump off. No offense to Plush. Some might jump off there. Some might jump off at some hood spot.
Things have jumped off.
Right. Before. But, I don't know, man. It's just, these days are different. And the problem, I feel like people are getting desensitized to it.
That is
crazy,
the thing. That's the thing. So like the desensitization of it, where some people are really in their feelings and want to talk about it, but don't know how to talk about it. And so those are the people that I'm talking to that end up just staying in. So that is exactly why we're having the conversation, because I'm thinking that you guys are desensitized. You don't have action plans. You don't think about, you're just still going day to day as if everything is everything. And I want to hear what you think. We're going to talk about that. We're still talking about who can pack out protective and whatever else you guys think about. We're going to come back with some news because a couple of celebrities have been sued. We're going to do that and more.
We're talking about Deshaun Watson?
What? We'll be back. I don't know what you're talking about. It's V94.9 WATV. We're on Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital.
Oh, I forgot Isis is back. Is she back? ISIS.
What?
Is she back? Or she still?
B94.9 WATV. We're on Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital. I am Lady Woo. Over there on the other side is
What's cracking?
the homie. Hey, y'all. So we have been having our form of vital conversation.
Yep.
Like, some people can have this conversation and be in full tears and or either somebody wouldn't want to have the conversation. Other people are dodging it because, we don't want to bring that type of stuff this way. We hadn't had that to happen here.
Yeah. I mean, don't do that. I mean, that can jump off anywhere.
Right.
Oh boy, he didn't live in Buffalo.
This fool drove 3 hours.
I mean,
like
God bless.
when I heard that part alone, I'm like, so you like nothing about your drive,
Right.
about your drive changed your mind. You didn't see anything that spoke to you, no signs in the clouds,
Right.
nothing.
And from the moment that you got up to the time that this happened, like you ain't get a text message, a phone call that diverted you from your
Bruh.
path. Like that's nuts, man.
Super nuts.
And think about the amount of people that are out there that were on his path and somebody just happened to catch them. It's crazy.
Like, yeah, I don't have the words for it. And then for us to be out and be social and be creatures of companionship and gathering and needing other humans, it makes you really start to question who you can trust, how much you can give, how much time you can spend out, which is where the anxiety comes in and the worry and fear that a lot of people are facing. had a child that told me, school is cool, but I would prefer to go back to virtual learning. I just do virtual.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot of people, like even my godchildren, they're good because they're twins and like, they can be together. But even after a while, the social development is stunted.
Yeah.
But it's also different than when we were kids. Like, all the video games. Look, be a gamer. That's cool. But like, I don't see kids outside playing no more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Oh, it's so many different dynamics to everything now. And, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I do sit and wish I was a kid again. But I think even
Look at
for
you dropping
our
a little
kids,
Ahmad. I got you.
every day, all the time. Look, but even our children who aren't, like my daughter is going to high school this year.
Where's she going?
She's going to Ramsey.
Oh, she's smart. Oh, that's why you talking about them different caliber of people.
Bruh, I couldn't have got in there, so whatever. You're so
Teach
crazy.
them well and let them lead the way.
Amen. So like that's what's happening. Anywho,
maybe Whitney could have.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe Whitney. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going back and forth, guys. Hopefully you can listen the way that we speak. The idea that our children remember when things were a way and they're no longer that way. Not just because of the pandemic. That's one whole situation where things have changed. But then because of safety and because of people just maybe some of it because of the pandemic. Remember they said one of the guy that shot up the elementary school students. I think that's the one.
See, that's a problem. You can't even remember because there's been so many.
Right. Somebody said that one of them had, he did what he did because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah, that was him. He started going down Reddit rabbit holes and listen to the whatever that network was, OAN, whatever that weird super right thing.
Oh, not that one. Is that the same boy?
Yeah. Yeah, he said because of the pandemic, he started going down these rabbit holes and spirals, doing these weird Reddit. I'm not very familiar with Reddit. My friends tell me Reddit is for everyone. If you got anything you want to do, hop on Reddit and figure it out.
I'm gonna go see.
I don't know anything about that, but so he started watching and getting involved with all these like conspiracy theories and like elitist type things, and he read somebody's manifesto and like all this kind of crazy stuff. Here's the deal. I'm gonna say it. Look, black folks not doing this kind of stuff. Like if we get involved in some major thing, it's a drug shootout or somebody shooting somebody. It's with money or a woman. That's it. It's not. But except for
let's go to Tulsa.
I mean, John Muhammad and whatever the DC sniper.
Yeah.
That's the. Oh, tell me another black person.
About? I forgot what that was about. And then he had a.
He was in the army. Shell shock, something
triggered him to
and he brought the kid with them, like who was his protege or whatever. His name was, I think it was Muhammad. It was John Muhammad, I think. But other than that, I can't think of a Columbine, Sandy Hook. These ain't black folks.
And then they're young white men between the ages of like 17 and 25 or something like that.
Not to be racial, folks, but that's just a fact.
It just is what it is.
I mean, I'm certain a black person has popped off and done something crazy, but I can't think of it.
Okay, so just the other day in Tulsa, when the 4 people were killed in the hospital, that was a black man who targeted a black man. So
sorry.
The guy had back surgery, and he was still in pain. So he goes back to the hospital, and he writes a letter, and he goes in. He kills 3 other people.
He wanted to kill his doctor?
He killed his doctor. That did the back surgery. And I think about, even with that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I think about even that. It's been some situations where, okay, I'm in pain. Like I had a situation where I went to an attorney after the situation happened. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sue you. That didn't work. But I didn't think that, hey, I'm going to go kill you.
Right.
At my mind didn't go there, but this guy's mind went there, and he left a letter explaining why. Like I had back surgery, and this man apparently did something wrong or whatever the letter said, and I'm going to kill him. And he did.
So I stand corrected. It ain't just white folks, but 90% of it.
Oh, yeah. Facts are vital. Like we're not, defending. Okay, so let's go here. These are mass shootings where young white men are shooting, but in our own neighborhoods, you can sit on your porch and be killed by somebody that looks just like you, right?
True. But that's still, I mean, it doesn't make it any better, but that's still, the target is a smaller target typically, right? Like you popping at somebody, you catch a stray. I get that. Like still not good. Somebody still lost their life. But but there is a reason that you were targeted. It's something personal.
Even
Like,
though it's ridiculous,
it
there's
could
a
be
reason.
ridiculous. So, like I said, dope sale gone bad. Somebody owes somebody money. Something about a woman, spouse, man, woman, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But with the mass shootings, like there is a reason, but it's not specific to those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I have nothing to do with this.
right. It might be because of a race or because of some sort of anger or whatever. Like the worst thing that happened is old boy who did the thing in Texas is dead. Because I want to hear what his, like, you can't apply rational thought to irrational actions. I got that. But tell me something.
That, like I said, like, help me
Understand something.
Yeah, help me to understand if with the story that I made up, like, you know, his childhood was just so horrible. He wanted to save these kids from experiencing what he experienced. He felt like an outcast. And
Right.
we did hear that. We saw that. He felt that he wasn't that he was poor.
Okay.
These different things. So maybe, like I said, maybe he felt like his grandma kept him from living a good life. Who knows? But then I think about I just thought about an older white guy that did the shooting. Was it Vegas or where was it? He was up in a hotel, like at the top, and he shot down at this music festival.
That might have been Vegas.
There's been a couple years ago.
Right. It was out west somewhere.
Yeah, I got to pull that one up too.
See,
but
this is why she needs to be here. She be doing
she's the researcher, right?
She be doing the back research. You know who we're talking about,
right? Dang, where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah. So like these different moments where people lose it. They just lose it. And then you say, well, what if your, you know, what would it look like to them if their relatives were in the audience or in the grocery store or in the church?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like Republican kids getting killed too. Like y'all still ain't doing nothing. Like, come on, man. This is getting out of control.
Oh man. 8949 994-8949. It's like what?
It's like, so I remember one of the times, second time that you allowed me to sneak in here. And we're talking about Ukraine. And y'all were looking at me crazy because I was like, if I'm Putin, I mean, I get it. I understand where he's coming. I don't agree. I don't agree with the methods, but I understand why he invaded Ukraine on a logical level. I can understand it. So like these people, I might not like it, but like these folks doing the mass shooting, tell me something. I want to know what motivated you to do this.
What is your motivation? Putin.
No, look, he does not want NATO to be surrounding his country.
That's what I don't want.
I understand it because he's not a president. He's a dictator. I get all that. He doesn't want the Allied forces to be that close because, I mean, remember, before Russia was a USSR, they had to break up. I get all of that. I don't rock with it. I don't agree with it, but I can do the mental gymnastics to make that make sense from his perspective.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm talking about, like these other folks. Like
Sandy, my girl, thank you so much. Sandy said it was in Vegas and it was at the Mandalay Bay Resort.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
He was just popping people from his
hotel.
If you
don't mind, give us some more give us a little bit more detail on that, because I just think about how you rented you got a hotel room
to do this.
Right. And I was just there and it didn't dawn on me. That didn't dawn on me, but I was thinking about like how all of these people are in one place and you don't know who's around you. And one thing I noticed, mental illness is like so visible in Vegas. And then I saw most of the people with the same symptom. And I said, now this is interesting. So that was me doing my thing, but just kind of looking at everybody that I saw suffering, talking to themselves. Now,
New Orleans like that. You been to Austin, Texas?
I have been to Austin.
Austin is worse than New Orleans.
No, I didn't see it too much in Austin. What is it? 6th Street?
6th Street. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you should go back. And the homeless population, or people
now,
who are
in the middle. I did see that on the way there. I did see that, but I didn't see those symptoms. Like I was very drawn to the fact that everybody who was suffering the same way. Yeah. And I'm thinking, so my rationale is that because, you know, it's so many people and it's so active, you can just kind of go wherever you want to in this space.
Yep.
And that's what I was seeing. So that blew me too. But the other part of it is they can't afford a gun.
Right.
Maybe not. We don't know that. But I would think that, okay, in a condition like that, you can't afford a gun. But you might be able to find one. Maybe you could rob somebody to take one. I mean, like whatever. You could get one. You may have a home.
There are guns on the street. So you want a gun, you get a gun.
Yeah, and you could
do it the right way though, folks. Get permitted too. All right.
Right. Get all of that. But you could get one and you could do whatever your heart desires. So therefore, we are having this conversation. And somebody commented earlier. Let's see. It was something about I truly think that it's sad that we're having to have this conversation. God bless us all. I don't want to stay in the house. So
She outside.
yeah,
Or
like
he outside.
some people are still like, you know what, I'm not gonna stop my living because you know people are doing what they're doing. I'm not gonna stop living because of that. But are we living in a way that we're vigilant? I think about, older people getting gas, going to
Yeah.
the grocery store, not being able to turn
Yeah.
and look over their shoulder
Yeah.
the way that we can, and just slow reflexes. I think about kids when school was in, walking home from school, just anything
Yeah.
that can happen to people. I've heard it and I think about it from time to time. And I'm like, so what are we doing? How are we living?
So part of my problem though is I guess it's a false sense of security.
Yeah.
My head is always on the swivel.
Yeah.
I think it's for two reasons: basketball, point guard stuff, and then also my job right now. Like I pay attention to everything, but I feel safe everywhere I go. Like I feel like I'm good everywhere I go. So be it Garth Brooks show or be it, TLE Cinco, like I'm straight. Now on some of it is because of like what I do for a living, and like I know that there's some cats in here that's probably not gonna let anything happen to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because like try to help people.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was having a conversation about Plush the other day with a friend of mine. I was just like, I can't go there, like blah blah blah. I said, you can go with me. You're gonna be straight.
Right.
But that's probably not, but that doesn't mean that something can't happen to me. That's just weird.
That's how it is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. I feel at home anywhere. So off the air, we were talking about when we go to different places.
Yeah.
And if I have enough time in my trip, I do want to go. I want to go to where the people are
That's
that
right.
aren't the tourists. I want to go to the hood. I want to go see, like, give me some history. Show me the
Right.
whole, like, give me that. Show me the Birmingham here. So I do that, and I don't feel unsafe.
Right.
Nowhere. Like, why?
Right.
I ain't did you. Like,
Right.
you're
I'm
not looking
good.
for me, right?
I'm fun.
Yeah.
I'm funny. I got a kind word for everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
We have a good time when we go out. So it's like people want to see that. People want that type of energy. They want that. Now, what I can say is at home, sometimes I don't feel that. I feel comfortable everywhere, but it's like I still have this, and it's not about safety. It's about, I think it's about exposure.
Yeah, you got to move different, yo.
Because the night, what night was that? Friday night. I don't name the places. I'm not going to name where we were, but I had already said I'm not going anywhere for a minute. I had already decided that. And my homegirl was like, well, yeah, let's just go because we're still waiting on the kids to finish with the dance. Let's go over here to this spot. I was like, okay. Got there. And it was like the whole interaction at the door was extra. The other girl that was with us is somebody they already know. She was being friendly with the guy. Like, hey, how you doing? He was like, yeah, how you doing? Like, I'm good. It was that. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take me away.
No, I can't argue with that. That's typically not my experience though. Cause like
me either. But
I've been in the streets for minutes. I know a few people. So like I just be walking in too sometimes. So I've seen that happen to other people. And I'm like, it's a couple of things that people waiting forever to get whatever they're trying to get.
Yeah.
I feel like I just had a conversation with Omar Harville today about this. Like, there are certain people in businesses.
I haven't talked to Omar in a minute. Omar, if you're listening.
He's not.
Are we beefing? Okay.
Nah, yeah, man. Omar don't beef with nobody.
Okay.
He probably plumbing something. I don't know.
Plumbing something.
But we were talking about how like there's certain establishments, like I'll be sitting there, I'm like, y'all don't want to make any money? Like y'all think this is
for us.
Right. Like, okay. For us, by us, but some other people doing it a little bit more efficiently,
right?
Much more friendly.
Oh yeah, and it's
I'm paying you. Remember that I'm paying you,
right? And
I'm giving you my money.
Then the other thing about it, Chuck, not pulling no name cards, not saying, "Do you know who I am?" Never doing any of that.
Oh no, I don't do that.
So it's just kind of like if I were just the anybody else that's not a host, that's not a personality. This is the treatment that I would get.
If you were a lower caliber person.
If I were a lower caliber, your mouth. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that were the case here at home, I wouldn't want to go to your establishment. Right. So that's a whole nother conversation, but it kind of goes back to who could pack out the venue, right? And then like who could host the party, who's gonna come if this particular promoter is on it. So many different things, so many happenings that are going on around the world right now. And I said that we were gonna talk about some celebrities getting sued, but we're almost out of time.
Oh, that's right. You said it just an hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because it's just me?
It's
fine.
It's because Nah, I would say off the air. Okay.
Shit, you don't want to be here.
Okay.
You about to be in these streets.
Hush your mouth, child.
Hey, stay dry out there. It's wet now. Be easy in the streets.
Look,
Huh?
Nene Leakes. So Nene Leakes was
Who was that?
sued.
Oh, yeah,
Nene.
yeah.
She was sued by her new boyfriend's ex-wife.
Her new boyfriend's ex. Okay.
Yeah, because the ex-wife said that she humiliated her by posting her husband and she broke up her marriage.
Okay. Sued her for what?
That's what I was about to ask you. Can that happen?
I don't know what it.
I would say emotional distress and maybe like, let me see what the
You got to have something else behind that, though. You can't
Mhm.
just, emotional distress is typically something that's added on. Like, but to just straight up sue somebody for emotional distress, that's different.
sued.
It's not defamation. I mean, I don't know what she could have sued her for.
And I don't feel like pulling it up. But yeah, that happened.
See, we need the researcher here.
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
Where's your
tonight.
Sandy person? She ain't listening no more. When is Sandy?
Sandy? Where you at? Basically, yeah, she messed up my house. Let's see what Nene
For
says.
what? I
Let
mean,
me see. I said mess up the house. Hold
you
on.
weren't.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh. Wait, what?
Okay.
So that's wild. So like I guess, I mean, so different states have different causes of action that you can bring a lawsuit under, but like the loss of affection, that's same thing as like loss of consortium here.
Okay.
Emotional distress, and I forgot what the other one was, but essentially, I guess because their marriage is a contract, and
He
that's-
breached it.
I guess, but like you sue him, you don't sue
Baby,
her.
that's
Like,
your husband.
that's your man. You should have been doing. Well, people are people. I can't say that.
I just found it quite interesting because I said, now if he is in a relationship with Nene publicly, but he's still legally married, it brings up a lot for me. Y'all be sure to get my book, but it brings up a lot because
I thought he said it was an ex-wife.
but
This
But-
started before they got divorced.
yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's happening right now in Birmingham somewhere.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if you're divorced, if you're divorced, you're single. You're no longer married.
Right.
But if you're going through a divorce and your partner is not your ex-partner, they're still your partner. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're separated, but I assume you need to have the conversation. But the fact that she is now with him months after, there are two things about that that made me chuckle. That Nene's husband died months ago, not years.
A few months ago.
What are we doing?
They
Hello,
wanted to see you.
hi, I'm here. Okay,
We're gonna have his social media next week. I promise.
maybe I don't know. Not everybody needs a. Anyway,
You're gonna have it.
I will see. And then also when she said Instagram official, that's the world we live in now. That's crazy.
To hours and hours.
Instagram
I
official.
mean, come
Oh,
on,
man.
man.
Yeah, that's
Come
wild.
on, man.
That's wild.
So yeah, that's what Nene is on. Sits in the car and she's
Petty.
It's called alienation of affection. That's what Victoria said.
Okay.
I love our listeners. I like the way y'all fill in the blanks. This is what happened. When you're not here, black. Oh, everybody
Yeah.
else does your job.
She's a researcher, by the way.
Yeah,
I
she's
ain't call her
a
name. But
researcher. So
alienation of affection.
alienation of affection.
I don't think that's a cause of action in Alabama, but North Carolina's different. So.
Like that's really a thing. So holding out.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, according to my homeboys, a lot of their women could be sued
Yeah.
because y'all be holding out.
It's some of y'all doing the same thing too now.
Oh.
Don't do that. It's a two-way street.
Okay, so that's Nene's story. Then you got Mariah Carey being sued. I don't even know if this is like
For
it's
what?
it's not seasonal. It's like almost summertime, but she's being sued for what's her song? All I want for Christmas is you. She's being sued for something about that. I wasn't even interested to know what it was. Let me look right quick.
Could Mariah do it?
Could she do it?
Could she pack out?
No.
She's not relevant anymore.
No. That's another thing. Like I don't know who would be relevant enough. Like okay, so I said a super show, which might be more of a festival
Yeah.
with the R&B ladies. Somebody posted it up in the comments too, but then I thought, oh, they said Leela James, Mary J. Fantasia, and then Ari Lennox for a lady show. I would take Ari off of that. Put Ari on a show with her SZA, Summer Walker, and what's my other girl that we play? And LOVA Love.
Oh, I know.
Ella May.
Yeah.
I will put them on the show.
Okay. But we still, folks, remember, the construct is we were talking about 58,000 people, okay?
In Birmingham.
In Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
So, like, some of these are cool, but I think Garth Brooks has success because it's country music and he's in Birmingham, Alabama. He in the South.
I'm in Alabama.
That's part of it, too. Still a cool show, man. I'm glad I went.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. So you all keep thinking about that. I don't know. But when you think about it, when you find out or you put a super show together, we said one artist that could do what he did.
One, but I don't think there's one black artist that's got that. Like I said, Mike is
Living,
gone and
Prince is gone, right?
So, you know.
Mike, Prince, Whitney,
everybody, all the fallen soldiers.
James Brown, Tupac.
Man, I saw James Brown at Jubilee in Montgomery. That was it was hot, but that was great, man. That man does not stop moving, yo.
Oh, my dad said Charlie Wilson.
58,000 people.
For Charlie Wilson.
Keep remembering, 58,000.
And I agree. So yeah, I don't know that 58,000 would come to see. I ain't gonna say come to see him, but pack it out. Nah, I don't think so. So yeah, let's keep thinking about that. And let's think about it not being the classic. Like
right.
It's not the classic, it's not a football game where two schools come and bring people that didn't even go to the schools.
Right.
And vendors and
right.
All the other attractions of the classic. This is just a concert.
Hey, y'all do better about the Stallions too. I took
oh man,
I was at the game yesterday. I took shout out to Ladarius. Had to get him out the house.
Yeah.
Get him walking around with his walker.
Chuck.
I'm sorry, it was hilarious. We move at the same speed now. That's what I told him. But like when we pulled up, because it's the first thing at Legion Field.
Yes.
And this Birmingham Stallions, the only undefeated team, and we pull up, we've been the corner. And he's like, man, there should be more people here. Should be vendors out here too, supporting the Stallions, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because it's summertime, it's hot. I don't know. But like, you know, if you look, Fly Dave and I talk about us all the time. If you want Birmingham to do better, y'all got to support what's happening right now to show people like, hey, if we do this, the people will come.
Yeah. I wasn't here when they did the HBCU weekend.
I was gone. I was at a conference.
Okay. So neither of us were here for that, but I heard a little bit. Yeah, I heard a little bit of it. Then next we got the World Games. So the World Games is not just for the world, it's for people that are here as well. So don't think that you can't attend. We'll talk about that soon. I've enjoyed you guys tonight. I hope you have gotten your vital dose for the week. Have a great one.
You about to be in these streets. You about to be in these streets.